check out the Patreon and gain access to all the source code. Hey, welcome to a new video. This is part 20 of the Paragon System series, so let's get right into it. Today we will be working on the add-on for the client, so we will actually set up a ton of new things for the client so it can send and receive all the things it wants to receive and send. So let's just get right into it. First off, what we want to do is go down here. So right after the state here we will write function and plus receive player data. So this needs to be the same as we did inside our other script here on the, so when you send, so you need to receive player data. This needs to be the same as the function name here. This is important because otherwise it doesn't know what function to call. Then you want to say player data and XP required. So next up, what we're gonna do here is that this is to receive the player data. So let's get started. Paragon System .state .point left equals data.points. Paragon System .state .level uppercase equals data.level, and Paragon state current p equals current xp equals data.current xp. Next is the Paragon System .state xp required equals data equals xp lowercase xp up here, xp required. Because we are sending the xp required, I'll just end this off real quick. So the reason we do that is because you see here we are sending the xp required as an argument instead of having it stored inside the player data. So that's why we do it like this. After that, we want to call our functions in our UI. So go to your Paragon System _UI.lua file. Down here, basically mark all of these. So update XP text, update level text, and update points left. Control Z or X, sorry, X, Control X. Then go to the core. And now down 2 lines and paste it in here, because we want it to update when it receives the player data and not just on startup. There's no reason to update it on startup. The next thing we need to do in this function, I'll just close it off here. You don't need to, but I like to have it. Next, we want to loop over all our tab menu buttons. So for I equals 1, sorry, my bad, I'm clicking all the wrong buttons today. 1, comma, hashtag Paragon System .data.tab menu buttons, comma 1, 2, and end. Now local tab data equals Paragon System .data.tab menu buttons and I inside here. Next, local tab ID equals tab data 1. So now those are set up. Next we do is local current entry data equals Paragon System .data.tabs, and inside here tab ID dot entries. Next, we do an if statement. So if current entry data, and then we inside this if statement we do a for entry key comma entry data in pairs, and in here we do current entry data do, and then Paragon System.data.tabs tab ID, not data ID dot entries entry key dot point spent equals data entry key. That's the first line here. Next is Paragon System.UI.update tab item like this, and tab ID comma entry key comma entry key. Nice. If I could spell, that would really help. So everything is now set up for the receive and the player data. So that's awesome to see, because over here you see we at the UI. We actually probably need to do functions, correct? I think we do. Okay, we actually don't have the update apps one yet, so we might actually need to create it. Maybe I have just totally forgotten about it. Yeah, I forgot about adding that. So go to your Paragon System underscore UI.lua, and here what we will just do is that we want to add it somewhere close here. So we just add it at the bottom actually, so like before all the other things here, let's just add it down here. So function Paragon System.UI.functions.update take tab item, and take tab ID and tab item key. And inside here, all we want to do is that we want to update the text. So now I'll just copy this. So here we have it. So as you see, Paragon System. So we have the tab item points text object here. It goes all the way into the tables for the things. So it goes into our, let me see here. Yeah, as we have it here, we have text objects here. So tabs, entry, then into the tab entry key, and then into the different UI elements as you see up here we did before. Yeah. So and then tab button or tab item points added text, and you see that's right here. So we update this text, and then what we do here is that we update the max points. So we update this max points for each of them, and then the points spent, we update that one for that certain Paragon spell, and then we combine it and put it in with a color, so it's color coded, and then we set it. So that should actually be everything. Yes, it is. So now we have that. Just go back into your Paragon System underscore Lua or underscore core.lua, and here between UI and update tab item, make a dot functions dot, and then that would be great. So now we have that set up. So the next thing we want to do now is that we should actually just do the receive upgrade confirmation from server. So let's do that. Function handlers always dot, and then we go to our Paragon system here, and just to make sure we copy receive upgrade confirm from server, and then here we paste it in. Then player colon, or not colon, comma, tab ID, comma, entry key. Next, we want to do the local point spent equals Paragon System dot data dot tab, and then tab ID dot entries dot, or not dot, sorry, and in here entry key dot point spent, and then local points left equals Paragon System dot data dot, not data, sorry, dot state dot points left. And then what we do, we want to remove a point, so Paragon System dot state dot points left equals itself, so points left -1, so we remove a point. This is the UI part of it, we remove the point, and then we want to add a point to the upgrade on the UI, so Paragon System dot data dot tabs tab ID dot entries, sorry, and in here entry key, and then dot points spent equals points spent, oh, not that, +1. And now we just gotta update the UI again. So we want to say the same as before, so we want to update the tab item, call that, so update tab item, and then we want to update the points left, so we can just copy it up here and update the points left. Now we have this function. Let's make the other two that are able to send and will be called, so they are sent in. When we click a button, it will send this call to the server. Let's do that real quick. So that will be function Paragon System dot send, and let's just actually go over, or let me copy it here, so I can just do it like this, and I will just check something. Okay, nothing wrong. Go here. After this, the arguments should be tab ID, comma, entry, and let's just make the next one so it's ready. Paragon System dot send request to server, and that doesn't need any arguments. So now these two are ready. So what you want to write here is AIO dot handle, and we know this should always be the same handler name, comma, and then the function we want to call on the server or on the server side, And that we will go over here. And what do we want to call? We want to call UpgradeParagonStat. So go over here, copy this, go back and double quotes and then put it inside here. And then outside of the double quote comma, tab ID, comma, entry key. And that's all for that one. Now AIO.handle in the new one, or on the other one. And inside here, again, Paragon System.io, comma, and then the function we want to call is handle reset all request from client. And you paste it in here. And that's all. We don't have any arguments to send to it, because the player is automatically sent. So we don't need to like specify sending the player. It's always with the function call when the server or when the client sends to a server. So those are done. Let's do the last one for the Eluna. So function handlers dot, and we want to call this ReceiveProgressionUpdateFromServer, and I will again leave it in the description. And then player, comma, data. So these are the arguments. So what do we want to do here? Well, we want to again basically just do updating stuff here. So Paragon System.data, or not data, state.level equal, if I could spell level, equals data.level. And then we say Paragon System.state.current XP equals data.current XP. Then Paragon System.state.XP required equal data.XP required. Let me just copy this because we know it's the same way we spell it. So that, and then the last one, Paragon, or the last one for updating, Paragon System.state.pointsLeft equals data.points. And down here, as we have done before, we want to update all the text. So just go up here on ReceivePlayerData, copy, put it down here. And that was all we needed to do here. So now we have everything set up. Let's go ahead and look at some more here. So we have everything set up now. Let's remove this hello from server. It's not really used if you wrote it. That's just something I wrote just for showing off it working. So now let's see here, because now we have some functions we need to call when we click stuff. So such as the reset all request to server, we need to call that, and we need to send upgrade information to server. So we gotta first call these functions somewhere in our code, in the UI base. So the first place we would need to do stuff is under the create tabs here. And as you see here, we wrote a to-do. And what we want to do here, it's basically just write the call. So Paragon System dot send upgrade information to server, and in here tab ID and entry key. And the reason we are writing it here is because then we are setting the script. So when you click on it, it automatically registers this, and it knows which key to send via the button you clicked. So now we have that, and let's then see what we now need to find. So what do we want to do next? Well, we want to send the request for resetting everything, so we gotta do that too. So where would we do that? So let's see. If we search here, maybe something called reset all. Okay, do we have it anywhere, a function for this? So when we click the reset all, maybe we would call it. We don't. But we do have the button for resetting. So what we can do is we can see mainframe button reset all. So what we want to do is give a call to reset all. And what we do here is basically pretty simple. Just go in, copy this function name, and then put it into here. Like that. And since we don't have any arguments we want to put in, that's all we need to do. So now, crossing my fingers because it's been some time since I last opened the server and actually tested and worked on the system, since it's been like when this part comes out, I've been working on this for 40 days, like the system, like making videos and going over everything. So let's see here. So if we start both up, and I'll be back when it's done starting up. So now I'm in game, or at least at the login. So let's see here. Let's cross our fingers and hope it works. Okay, we are in game, no problem. And you see we exist in the server. We click up here. And now, first off, the buttons here work. We have 8,000 points because we set that in the database. So now let's go ahead and kill something and let's see if we get experience. Because that should also update, because it sends a call to the server about updating. Let's see here. Don't I have anything I can real quick use to kill it? Okay. Let's real quick. Okay, so we see something isn't working right, but we see that it works with the buttons here, so we can increase as we want and request an update, and we get the correct things. So now let's just, you see this one we for some reason we can't do, so we gotta figure out why. But this is also working fine. Let's just see here, what is this defense? Okay, it doesn't take any points, but we can't use it. Can we reset? Reset all was clicked, but we don't lose our points or stats or anything. So we gotta take a look at why all of this happens. So I'll be back when I have fixed it, and see you then. So I'm finally back and I figured it out. So first off, the leveling stuff was just because I'm not over level 60, and since it's been a week since I last looked at this because I've been sick, I forgot that we set it to 60. So that's one of the things off the list of the problems. The next one is that we couldn't reset or set the defense, and that's just my own fault, so it might have worked fine for you. But my problem here was that mine looked like this. So as you can see here, my text here, I had a second line. If you have this on any of them, it will bug out. So remove the second line and update. That's the second thing off. Now the next thing was when we worked on adding this unplayer logout really far back in the series. We did this to test, so when you log out, it actually sets your points to 8,000, which it shouldn't. So if you just remove that line, then it will work and it won't set your points to 8,000. And then a few more things is that first off, when you level up, I figured out it actually didn't work as it should. And that is because inside your Paragon system, if you go down to your function here, where we like on player killed creature function, here you will need to write players GUID.data.points and not .points only. That's my bad, and I'm sorry for messing that up. The next thing is, this is just a small thing, not something incredibly important. But if you go into your _core, so Paragon System _core, and then you can just change these values to be whatever you like want them to be. These are just default values, but keep the current tab on 1, so it starts on the first tab. But now, after all that, let's head in WoW. Let me reload Eluna and let's try it. So I go in game now, and as you see, I put my experience up in the database just so it's easier and faster for me. So you can see I can put points in, I can't go over, I can reset, it uses the animation, and I can kill something. Now you see I level up, points, and I can put in and I still can't go over. I can reset. I put 2 points in there, so now we have 0. Let me log out and log in again. And as you see, I have still level 2. I have 0 points as before, and I can reset everything and I get it all back. So everything works now, and now this is the last part of the series. Thank you so much for following this series, and I really hope you enjoyed and learned a ton from this. And just stay tuned for some more videos coming, but I need a little break now. But I will continue with some other really nice features we can make. See you in the next one. Bye.